A married couple, let's call them Marcus and Elaine, have been living under a heavy cloud of grief, following the passing of their grown son. To cope, they keep themselves occupied with chores and routines, struggling to outrun the weight of their loss. That is, until a stranger shows up at their door, a young man named Danny. He introduces himself as a professional tennis player in town to compete in a regional tournament, looking for a temporary place to stay with a local family. Marcus is cold toward the idea from the start, but Elaine, visibly moved by Danny's presence, sees something in him, something familiar, something that reminds her of the son they lost.
Without telling Marcus the truth, Elaine quietly arranges things, making a fake phone call to convince her husband that Danny's stay has been officially approved by the tournament organizers. Marcus, believing it, reluctantly agrees. "Did you confirm it? That we'd help him?" "Marcus, is everything all right?" Elaine then quietly leads Danny to a bedroom, the same room that once belonged to their son, now standing empty. She goes further, offering him her son's old jacket and a selection of clothes from the wardrobe. "I grabbed a jacket for you. Take whatever fits." "I will. Thank you so much."
Still not fully trusting Danny, Marcus takes him out to the tennis court, not to welcome him, but to size him up and test whether his story holds any truth. And in a subtle act of sabotage, Marcus sends a ball rolling into a wet patch, causing Danny to slip and fall. Elaine, ever watchful, rushes to Danny's side. She gently tends to his wrist, sprained in the fall, with quiet maternal care. Shortly after, Marcus and Elaine head out together, leaving Danny alone to rest at the house. But the moment they're gone, Danny begins moving through the house with purpose, searching through their private spaces. Inside their bedroom wardrobe, he discovers an envelope containing a photograph. Marcus, Elaine, and their late son, smiling together. A family now incomplete. But before Danny can pocket any valuables, he hears the front door. Marcus has returned unexpectedly, slipping back inside. Danny barely has time to react as he notices items already disturbed on the dresser. Marcus sweeps the room. He nearly spots Danny crouched beneath the bed. But at the last second, a cat leaps out from the shadows, pulling Marcus's attention away. Marcus, now suspicious, deliberately places one of his rings under the mattress. A trap. Before heading back downstairs. Danny watches all of this from his hiding spot. The moment the coast is clear, he retrieves the ring and quietly slips out of the room. Later, Marcus tells Elaine that he believes one of his rings has gone missing, and he doesn't hesitate to point the finger at Danny. Elaine goes to check her jewelry box. One ring is indeed missing. Her expression tightens. She goes to Danny's room, where he pretends to have just woken from sleep, stretching and blinking innocently. Elaine sits beside him, overcome by the familiar feeling, the same warmth she once felt with her son. She gently brushes the hair from his forehead. Danny stirs and instinctively reaches up to embrace her. Elaine pulls back, unsettled. She walks out, but Danny follows her into the hallway and presses the ring into her hand. To Danny's surprise, she lets him keep it. Marcus witnesses the exchange. Furious, he confronts Danny and warns him that his generosity has limits. Yet, in an effort to ease the building tension between all three of them, Marcus suggests something unexpected. He invites Danny along on a day trip. They reach the coast. Danny doesn't hesitate. He sprints straight into the water. Elaine, meanwhile, keeps her gaze fixed on Danny, barely acknowledging Marcus standing beside her.
When Elaine wades in to join Danny near the shore, Marcus reaches into his pocket, pulls out the ring he had taken back from Danny, and hurls it silently into the sea. He watches from the water as Elaine and Danny disappear together into the tree line. Confused and uneasy, Marcus swims ashore and confronts Elaine as she emerges from the forest. She doesn't answer him. Instead, she laughs, dismissively, coldly, as though his concern means nothing to her. Wounded by her contempt, Marcus walks away, heading back alone toward the boat. Elaine, left behind, vents her frustrations quietly, speaking of how their son had always been suffocated by Marcus's need for control, his inability to let others simply be. Turning to Danny, she suggests they play a game together, something lighthearted to shake off the sadness. She picks up a piece of charcoal and playfully smears it across Danny's face. He freezes slightly, glancing nervously toward where Marcus had gone. Elaine laughs, encourages him. Don't be afraid of this. And so Danny returns the gesture, scrolling dark streaks across her face. The two of them collapse into laughter, darting into the trees without a second thought for Marcus.
Marcus tries to follow them through the forest, playing along with their hide and seek. But a wild animal crosses his path, blocking him from going further. Deep in the forest, Elaine and Danny grow closer in a moment of quiet intimacy. Then Danny comes running back, and Elaine turns to see that their boat has broken free from its mooring, drifting out to sea. Marcus wades in after it, but the current has already carried it beyond reach. The reality of the moment hits Elaine. The forest, the drifting boat, and she's suddenly reminded of her son and how she lost him, somewhere she could not follow. With no other options, the three of them press deeper into the forest, climbing over rocky terrain, until they stumble upon a small, abandoned shelter. Danny searches inside and finds a few supplies. Among them, some chocolate, which he hands to Elaine with a small smile.
Marcus suddenly hears something rustling in the bushes nearby. He grabs a piece of wood, ready to strike. He swings and nearly hits Danny, who steps out from the darkness. Marcus looks down. He notices something on Danny's trousers, a reddish stain. He says nothing, but his eyes harden. The three of them settle inside the cabin. Elaine heats a can of food over a small fire, and they eat together in uneasy silence. Marcus, unable to contain his suspicion or his pride, does something strange. He holds his bare hand over the open flame, letting the heat sear into his skin. A show of dominance. A dare. He turns to Danny, a direct challenge. Let's see how long you can hold. Danny, unwilling to show weakness, accepts. He holds his hand over the fire, but pulls away before reaching the count Marcus set. Marcus declares himself the winner. The air between them curdles. In a flash, the tension erupts into violence. Danny grabs a bottle and lunges. But Marcus is faster and significantly stronger. A single clean punch connects with Danny's face. Danny crumples to the floor, bloodied and humiliated, Elaine watching in stunned silence. Unable to face either of them, Danny scrambles to his feet and vanishes into the night forest. Elaine moves to go after him, but stops herself. Something shifts inside her. She realizes in that moment how close she had come to losing Marcus entirely. She turns back. She walks to her husband, wraps her arms around him, and whispers an apology. And that is where the story ends. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.